Thank you for your speech. Esteemed Dr. Akan Suver, most respected Marmara Group Foundation representatives, rostrum, rapporteurs, academic jury of the 28th Eurasian Economic Summit. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to thank the board of Marmara Group Foundation and in particular its erudite and honorable president, the esteemed Dr. Akan Suver, for this great honor. Let me to present laudatio and homage to the great personality of Suleiman Demirel. In the unipolar world of the late 20th century, following the dissolution of the criminal communist regime in Europe from within, both President Demirel and myself recognize the potential and the necessity of bringing about a regional rapprochement that was founded on the fundamental values of mutual respect, shared understanding, and joint effort. This is a large part of the wide relation between my country, Romania, and Turkey, reached so high a level during our presidential terms, what is at most almost unheard of to have two reciprocal state visits per year, as we did between 1997 and 2000. In truth, I greatly looked forward to this meeting. Beyond the political and economic implication and benefits they brought to both Romania and Turkey, I must confess that I relished them as so many opportunities to reconnect with a kindred spirit in the person of Suleiman Demirel, with whom I forgot a close personal friendship that, in my heart, lasts until today, even despite his passing. The certainty of our joint commitment to resolving regional issues through open and honest dialogue and mediation was the bedrock that led me to organize a trilateral discussion of the highest level between Romania, Turkey, and Bulgaria, which had important implications for regional stability and prosperity. This commitment was also what drove President Demirel and I, alongside President Shevardnadze and Aliyev, to powerfully support the project of rebirth of the Silk Road, aimed at revigorating economic cooperation and consequently fostering greater mutual respect and understanding between the riparian countries of the Black and Caspian Seas. After leaving the presidency, we continue our close collaboration both through the Balkan Political Club, where we work to restore trust, reconciliation, and peace in the Balkans, an effort in which President Demirel's role was instrumental, and later, until the final moment of his life, through the Eurasian Economic Summit organized by the Marmara Foundation. It is no less of a blessing that, at that critical point of the recent history, then was the fall of the Soviet Union, of the reshaping of regional loyalties, Prime Minister and later President Suleiman Demirel chose to surround himself with like-minded visionaries who intrinsically understood the importance of dialogue, cooperation, and collaboration in fostering reciprocal benefits. I am happy to see that many of those visionaries are still among us today, having by now aged a bit perhaps, but still carrying the fiery spark in their eyes that seems to magically make the impossible possible. For my part, I do not believe that there exists a better expression of this visionary perspective, that the continued flourishing of the Marmara Group Foundation over the course of its storied 40 years of existence, during which it has continuously championed the fundamental values of democracy, of rule of law, and of human rights. If you will allow, I would like to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt congratulations to Dr. Akan Suber for this masterful and committed effort over the years in steering the foundation efforts along strong model guidelines that I know resonate deeply in both himself and me and in the late President Demirel. My only hope is that the esteemed Dr. Akan Suber will continue to master the strength to draw upon the virtues of democracy, which we share in the face of ever greater pressures placed on the democratic world order by even its most powerful promoters of yesterday across the Atlantic. At a time of shifting priorities, when we are witnessing the dissolution of the post-1945 global order, an order based on fundamental human rights values and principles that have come to be associated with a broad framework of democracy, we must not lose sight of what drove each of us to take the decision we did so many years ago, our intrinsic shared belief in the foundational values of peace, dialogue, and democracy, as so many factors capable of fostering greater reciprocal understanding between peoples and nations alike. And so, ladies and gentlemen, on this auspicious anniversary occasion, for those of us who had had the privilege of having called ourselves his friends, I find it a great honor to graciously accept the Suleiman Demirel Democracy Award with the utmost gratitude to all those who made this possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Congratulations again.